What even is time anyway? Whew. Doeth on. Hello, and welcome to another One Lion of Code. I am One Lion, and this is a very, very nice looking scene we're looking at. Where are we? We're in Mexico City, Mexico. Very, very high up somewhere. But it looks nice. Hello TBD and hello Duke of Soft. We'll do all the things soon, shortly. Before that, I recently had a video driver update, so I just want to make sure that all of my OBS settings are still fine. Push this button here. I need to go over to Thyrovius. Hello. Thank you so very much for showing up. Time is the thing preventing everything from happening at once. It's also why we're always late. Except we aren't. Not because we're wizards or anything. Although that is also true. I'm trying to... Ooh, what happened to all of your taskbar icons? Friend? Thyrovius, you're looking a little pale. Are you okay? Do you need some souls? Almost ready to start. Almost. While I'm waiting. You're a wizard 1-1. I don't know how to inflect that properly. Guess what I've been doing? Oh, you can't see that. If you can guess what this is, you get 1 million. That's it, just 1 million. I'll move it closer to my face. Oh, you can see the bottom. It's a thingamabobber. It's exactly right. You win. You got 1 million. Nailed it. All right. Go over here. Push this button here. Push this button here. Load. Good morning. And first message of the day. Wow, it actually responded pretty fast for being the first message. And finally, the thing that really matters is properties, shut down source when it's not visible, hide it, open it, properties, don't shut down source when it's not visible. Go to desktop and test it out. Pew. Whoa, that's like this. Look, I meant like this. Yeah, I meant this. Nailed it. Okay, everything is up and running. We're at the desktop. Okay. If you recall, in the last stream, we're of course working on the project, the financial management tracker project, UI redesign of the landing page. If you recall from the last stream, I was like, all of the fonts are like very, very different from our running application compared to the designs. And then I was looking in my font sizing SAS file, which I put where? Yeah, Commerce is now lurking. I hope you enjoy your day, as busy as it sounds like it's going to be. Wait, what were we looking at? Okay, those are breakpoints. I looked in my font sizing file and found nothing. And that was because on Wednesday of last week, I think, I could be wrong, but on Wednesday of last week, I said the next thing we're going to do is set up our font sizes, which I never actually did. Is this guy. And hello, Deflux. Happy Wednesday. Anyway, these are drumsticks. A head drumsticks. I love a head. Very cool. Weighted very nice. They're 5A. The Wednesday. Shit. How do you pronounce that? I don't know how to pronounce it. Is it pronounced like Zeptor? Oh gosh. Oh golly. What have I gotten myself into? Close. Okay, I can see. I can see. Yeah, it's really bright. I bet you if you go pro, you can choose dark mode. But anyway, I was picking a font set, and we are going to go with this, which is cool. We're going to go with the base font size and then a major triad. Is this a major triad? Major second. So I like this one. We're going to go ahead and set it up by setting base font size variable, which is going to be 16 pixels. Then our, what is it called? Body font size is just going to be 1 rem. And then this is where it gets interesting. This is where it gets very interesting, because when we start doing our header font sizes, I actually want them to be in M's so that they're relative to whatever context they're being used in, which is typically the base font size. But I do want it to change according to its parent. Only because that's how H1s act as it is. So if we have a page with a H1 on it, too lazy to type it. But yeah, I hope you're all well. If anyone feels like talking about how their day is going so far, please feel free to. Apparently Deflux didn't realize it was Wednesday. I need to put these somewhere else. I already put something into rant. Me too. You got a bleh from Dukasoft. No. I mean, no, this is your rant. You're allowed to rant. I will not make you try to I will not try to explain the other person's point of view. But it also kind of sounds like you don't understand collection initializers. So if that's a question that you happen to have, that's not a rant. Unless you're just saying it's inconsistent. Because inconsistency is annoying. Before you wreak yourself. Yeah. So there's one. Actually, there are two collection declarations that we can see in your picture above it that use the new keyword, and then two of them that use the new object or collection initialization syntax. Would have been nice to have it all consistent. That's just BS. Okay, so like I said, we are going to... Oh yeah, because I was talking about how H1s behave normally, which apparently that's not a H1. Header? Are you a H1? Yes, you're a H1. And so if we go down to built-in H1 styles, so like if I got rid of all styles from that, yeah, we can see that the font size, I was looking for this, that the font size is relative to its container, or the nearest font size setting. So we're going to follow that. It seems to be good practice. It seems to be what is expected. So we're going to use this chord progression. And starting from the top, 2986, H2, 488. Apparently, someone uses this chord progression because GitHub Copilot knows it. Not subtitle yet. Let's do caption. Yeah, let's do small, and then I don't really want to call the smallest one caption, do I? I mean, it kind of looks more like a caption than other things. I've been using caption for the wrong thing, I think. Caption really should be the font that you use on images and accreditations. What is it called? The thing where you give credit to attributions to resources that you use. TBD, sorry, said first and ran away. Hello all. No worries at all. Thank you so much for being here. You know that you are always welcome, and it's really cool seeing you chat, but there is absolutely no requirement to. Okay, so we have our font sizing. And we're going to make this standard. And then again, I want these to be M's except for body. Okay, Then in our site.sass, or global styles, I think is what I called it. Nope. In our root is what I said. We're going to set base font size to our Sass variable. Oops. Keep doing that. It starts with a hash. Then you do that. Then I believe in globals is where I have defined H1, H2, H3, but that's defined by these. So we'll go all the way to 6 apparently. Font size body, font size small, and then every single one of these is going to get changed to the what? What am I changing this to? Hash $ font size, and then the appropriate one. So for example, H1, H2, I don't know why I did it this way. Don't ask. H3, oops, that was F3. Close enough. 4, 5, 6, 20. Small caption. Okay, which means that I'm going to have to update my caption font size because I think I'm using font size caption for my subtitle, and I really want that to be font size small instead. But this is starting to look more like the image, more like the design. TBD greets the defluxes. Oops, I want to go to 100%, please. Okay, so this is definitely just regular body font size. So I need to update that. These songs are so good. I just need to make a decision though on what to use for title font sizes. Hello, good VJ. How have you been? I mean, the assumption that they aren't consistent with how they're initializing their lists is good. But the thing about collection initializers is that supposedly they will pick the best initializer for the given scenario for performance. And so you don't need to know, should I use IEnumerable.empty of whatever, or new list of, or whatever else. Yeah, so I'm trying to decide whether I want to define something like font size title. I think it's just going to be defined in the CSS rule. What did I do? So we got 4. We need 5 and 6. Okay, and then we go up here to index.razor.sass so that we can have our title, which is already a H1, right? No, it's not. Okay, so this title is actually going to be font size H2, and this is going to be font size body. That looks a little closer. What would it look like with font size small? I guess it looks okay. Right, and then now the H1 in the main layout is massive. So what was that called? That was called top bar. And the part of the top bar that we want to style is, oh yeah, we're going to style that with breakpoints. So as it gets narrower, then we'll change the size of the size of the font size. Oh yeah, and oh, never mind. Wait, no. How did we end up fixing that? Oh, we didn't. It's still messed up. Okay, so we're gonna do more of that today. I was wondering how we fix the right margin or padding and the overflow X, and we have not. But I did say that since we logged a work item, I know words, since we logged a work item for that I won't be too concerned with it, and instead we will work on that later. So I need to get rid of that width. That way we can get our full width. And I'm sure you can see a bunch of stuff that's wrong with this already, but one of the things is that the padding on the left appears to be larger than the padding on the right, and that's because of the overflow. So right now, we're just going to deal with it looking like this in Chrome. We will fix it, but in a different work item. We did look at this in Firefox. Nice. And we saw that there is no horizontal scroll. Ever? Wait. There should be a horizontal scroll, at least when the page is too narrow. I wonder if that means that this... Oh, man. Oh, that's tough. 3 shots. 3 hits. 94! You did an excellent job. Keep it up, says Automated Realms bot. Speaking of, now's a great time to shout out TBD Gamer. Yes, that is correct, Deflux, and it's only supported in .NET 8 and above. Slash shout out TBD Gamer. TBD Gamer is an amazing .NET developer who has a lot of insight on using some really cool technologies like Kafka and Confluent and other messaging services and queues, and he just uses a lot of really cool technologies in the work that he does. And the project that he's working on is a project planning application that has a lot of elements that you would see in a project management application as well. So I'm pretty sure it's going to become a full-fledged project management application with work items and sprints and stuff. But at least for now, I think he's calling it a project planning application, so you can keep track of the tasks that you need in order to complete a project, especially as a team. And the cool thing about it, the thing that sets it apart from things like Jira and Azure DevOps is that it is more developer focused. It's not really focused on here's customer needs, here are some administrative requirements or whatever. Here are a whole bunch of backlog items that we're just going to lose track of because it's something the project manager wants us to do or the product manager wants us to do. It's definitely more along the lines of here are the important things we need to do in order to get the application developed. And if you put something in here, you put a remind me about this thing, keep poking me about this thing until I get it done. And that looked like it went right through the target. That was cheap. It robbed you, good VJ. But yeah, definitely check out his stream. He streams at 7 a.m. Eastern time, which is currently UTC -4, at least for another month or two. Whenever we fall back, so that it becomes UTC -5. But yeah, great streams, fantastic times. Hang out with him. I'm almost always there, but I'm hanging out and working on my job because mornings are my most productive times. I get so much done. It's so quiet everywhere and it's just nice. It's so nice. You know what I mean? Good. Okay, where are we? Canada. Why are we in Canada? We were looking at this in Firefox and found out that there is no horizontal scroll bar when it becomes too narrow, but that's okay because when we do breakpoints, then there will be no horizontal scroll bar needed, or so we hope. Hi, President, not sure. Mornings are my least productive. It takes me a while longer to get into the swing of things. I'm usually going full bore by 2:30 p.m. when I have my daily meeting interrupting me. Isn't that how it is, though? It's like, I don't know if we're doing it to ourselves, but I always feel like the closer I get to an interruption, even if I don't know when an interruption is going to happen, but the closer I get to an interruption, the more I feel fully in whatever it is that I'm doing, like flex mode, for example. But if we were truly in flex mode, by the way, we would be able to go to wherever mental state we're at, where we are in the zone and we're just doing whatever we're doing, get interrupted, take care of the interruption, and then go right back to where we were. So flow state plus recovering from interruptions. I learned about Flux with my tractor control that Mojo helped me get. Good VJ says to President, not sure nights are more productive for coders. Not me. I mean, I guess maybe. Perhaps, perchance, but I find clear-mindedness early in the morning. Like that same feeling that you get when you stay up until midnight, 2 a.m., whatever, is what I feel because I get up so early in the morning, where it's just, I don't overthink things. Everything is just kind of, and it's filtered through this more narrow bandwidth where only the important things come through, and then I argue with myself less, and I just do stuff, and stuff gets done. But I definitely see where a lot of people use the evenings or nighttime or twilight hours for that. And then TBD says to Deflux, the larger problem they have introduced there is inconsistent behavior. Exactly. Yeah. So on some lines, they have equals new after declaring the list. And on other lines, they have equals collection initializer. If it's not my 9 to 5, I like working nights on college resume projects, hackathons project. Oh, to have free time, says TBD. So that's the cool thing, though. I think my pattern changed because of... Oh, no. Why now? Screenshots. Oh, I love that. The expression after update you entered as the event property setting produced the following. The code of this project must be updated for 64. Did you not take my new file? Oh my gosh. So, interruptions, am I right? I just got an email about the Access Database VBA code that I fixed. I just needed to add whatever the keyword is in order to allow a pointer safe, I think is what it was, to allow a 32-bit process, extern process to run. I don't even know what they're using it for. Responding. And it's like the majority of the people, it kind of sucks for me because I like to stream at 10:30 my time, but that seems to be when the majority of the people are active in the office. Catching up with chat though. President not sure responded to Good VJ saying depends on the programmer, but in general I find older ones tend to prefer mornings to night. I'm just not one of them. Oh, right, that's what I was getting at. Because of my new schedule and not feeling like I am constantly falling behind, so I want to do the extra work in the evenings to catch up or to get ahead so that during the days I don't feel so pressured and stressed when there are people that are active and trying to get my attention and moving me away from the things that I think I should be working on. I'm now at a point where I can work on the things that I think I should be working on, and I've also dropped the expectation that I am going to be able to 100% of the time decide that what is the priority. I was so used to that working as a solo dev and not really having any technical managers that were telling me, hey, we need this and this and this done. And then when I worked at Sagetti, this is one of the things that I came away with, which was when you do have a technical manager, you as the developer get this freedom to say, they're telling me what I need to work on. There are things that I want to work on because I think that if I don't work on them, the application is going to suffer, the client is going to be upset or frustrated with me. But that responsibility is taken away from you, and now someone else is dictating, here are the priorities. So you get to just let go and work on those priorities and be like, hey, this is still software development. So I like that. So I'm doing that now, except that the client is the one saying, here's this bug, here are these issues. And then I'm going to have a meeting, I think, next week with the contract manager to go over, here are the next priorities for me to work on. I can work on them at will, of course, but these are the priorities. And so anyway, that takes away my stress and anxiety in the evenings to feel like I need to be doing work. And then I am done with my day at 3:30. 3:30, and then it's just good overall. Hiccups. Man. the less we all know about Microsoft Access in 2024, the better. I'm naturally unfocused and can generally focus better in the morning. At night, my brain thinks it's time to not work. So for me, it's morning or nothing. Yeah, and I guess when I was doing the day job plus contract work in the night, it was still pretty even for me as far as work ethic and motivation. So I don't know. I'm just glad that I can do software development and then feel like I have done a good job so I can spend the rest of my day with my wife, getting hounded by a king of ruin and weirdness and rough times. My schedule is effed up, says Good VJ. I feel sleepy all day and awake at night. I used to feel sleepy all the time, and I love that. Man, I have something to say for every single one of your comments. I love the feeling of being sleepy and tired and exhausted. I'm cranky. Yes. I am frustrated at everything. Yes. More so than usual, I should say. But that whole I feel, and this is just a sense, it's not necessarily the truth, but I feel more creative and artistic, I guess, with software development. And it just feels more flowy for that too, as opposed to this cold, my brain is in focus, everything is running like an engine and a machine. So the designer is the real you. Makes sense now. But recently, take this however you want. You can ignore it, just completely tune out. But recently, I've given into this sensation that I had that there's this unlimited well of energy that you can tap into if you so chose. The spark that it takes to do that is the hurdle for most people. It's like, I could stop being tired if I really wanted to, but I don't really want to. I need to feel tired so that I have something to complain about, was my statement to myself. And as soon as I realized that all I have to do is just turn to this thing and be like, all right, I'm not tired right now. And I don't necessarily mean physically, although it does still work for me physically, but mentally. And having time for people that I wouldn't normally have time for example, is a good one. And just, yeah, you tap into it, it's there and available for you, and you keep going. But as an INTJ, I naturally believe that energy is my currency, and I have a limited amount of that. And if you're going to try to bother me with these non-work related things, you're stealing my energy and my time. And so if you're doing that, then I get drained super fast and I run out of energy because now I don't have the time to do XYZ. So I need to expend more energy. And yeah, anyway. And so President Nutcher is 100% on board with energy being currency. And I'm kind of not doing that to myself anymore. I am of the mindset that energy is an infinite resource that you can tap into. And again, not necessarily talking about physical energy, because there is a limit that your body has, which is your calorie intake and whatever physiology stuff. But you could argue that that's also exceedable. You can tap into the same energy source. Ooh. Did I miss something else? I just got the task of taking our technical debt list, organizing, prioritizing, and gathering metrics on each piece as to the value and the difficulty. I have regrets, says DVD Gamer. Bleh. Same emoji that Dukasoft used on Deflex's rant. Oh. I apologize, or I sympathize. My condolences. Good VJ said earlier. Oh, Wait. Oh, wow. I missed all this stuff. Whoops. So after the Good VJ comment about 9 to 5 jobs, and then TBD Gamer, to have free time, the less we know, and then Peter, Microsoft Access. Then Peter said, I'm naturally focused in the morning, blah, blah, blah. My schedule is effed up. Oh, that's the one that I responded to. Then Peter said, I also do a lot of garbage work, chat, so it's not fun coding, for the record. Yeah, I don't think that I would enjoy the type of work that you're tasked to do. TBD said to Good VJ, you should try feeling sleepy 24/7. It's an interesting challenge. I really liked it. I really enjoyed that feeling of nothing is real. Everything felt surreal, and my brain just seemed to work differently. I came up with ideas differently, and I kind of miss that, but at the same time, I'm really liking the ability to just engage whenever I decide to, which is often. Good VJ said, it takes some effort and focus of an hour or something to get work done. Last time I heard Microsoft Access, it is my grade 7 computer science textbook. Yeah, that's kind of confusing if you left it at grad, because aren't you in grad school currently? I was like, what's grad 7? Is that like, I don't know, 3rd degree black belt? TBD Gamers. So yeah, we read the thing about TBD Gamer getting the task. Peter said to Good VJ, and you're better off for not knowing. This is true. Are you talking about LSD? Possibly. Like, my body manufactured its own, so it's natural. And anything that's natural and non-MGO, MGMO, it's all of the natural things. But I mean, it did feel like that sometimes. But then again, I honestly was like sleeping 2 hours a night or so. I was working from 8 p.m. or so to 5 a.m. and then sleeping in my car and then going to class and then doing homework and marching band and then going back to work. Yeah. It was good times. Okay. That was fun. That was a good conversation. Please feel free to keep it going if you have more things to contribute to it. I'm going to hop back to focusing on this. I am liking the relative font sizes of this and this, but that changes these font sizes. I want them to be the same as this font size here. Do I want this bolded? Maybe. We'll see how it looks if I, when I get these to be the same font size. I'm going to grab the font size from title. Come on. And paste that in section title. Okay, and now these two are the same size, so let's toggle font. Wait. I don't like how it looks embolded, but then again, I also don't like how this one looks embolded. So what if we turned this one to font weight normal? Ugh, too thin. Too thin. TBD said, if I were sleepy because I was crushing it in productivity, I wouldn't be too mad. But the sleep apnea being the cause of the sleepiness makes it frustrating. But man, do I love my frustration. He didn't say that. I said that, by the way. Hey, Protect, you went live. Ooh, we need to get an eye exam scheduled, apparently. I thought that was supposed to be October. Five. But yeah, I really do hope that whatever diet your doctor or medical professional is putting you on does help you with that. It'd be really nice to. How do I word that? I think it would be really cool for you. It'd be really nice for you to be able to experience what it's like not having sleep apnea as bad or at all again. I am rooting for that, rooting for you to succeed in that. Okay, title, section title. Which I guess means that we can change section title to span now. But I like having it as a H1 because semantic HTML. Typically, you don't want to, and I think I mentioned this before, typically you don't want to use spans for things that are header-like, but this isn't actually a header. This is part of the heroes section, and we are using a header element for the hero section. And so if someone comes to this page that is using a screen reader, it would pick up this region as a global region that they can quickly navigate to, read the content off of it, have an interactable that they can use. Then each of these sections are the ones that are going to be the things that have the major headings. So here the major heading is track transactions. This would probably be a H2 if I didn't make it a H2 already. Yeah, I need to make these H2s because they are secondary headings. And for semantic purposes, it would make sense for these to be H2s underneath that section. Let's do that. I still don't know if this is a good approach for this. Maybe I should make these H1s. Because that really is just content. It's not a heading. Okay, so section, subtitle. All of you guys are going to be H2s. And my assumption is that the section subtitles only have one line and they are structured the same, and thank goodness they are. Or wait, no, that was wrong. It was the card titles. That's what it was. Let's select this. Hi, Napalm. Napalm says, hey, guess you can't guess what I'm working on. Does it rhyme with... Oh, I can't think of anything clever to rhyme it to. Tune it best. Database optimization. Does it start with U and end with knit tests? Is the focus still over here? Good. All right, you are my H2s, please. Better. Yeah, and then that embolds them, and I don't want them to be bold. So card header Huh? What is this? Oh, card body text. Got it. Title. Ding ding ding. Rhymes with tuna smelts. And autocorrect. Never mind. I have nothing either. The autocorrect introduces a layer of mystery. It's better this way. It's like reading Shakespeare. For with that of which I, and also that with which you can for two there always are Inferno. Thank you. Okay, so that gave us some margin and padding stuff. So let's do padding 0 and then margin 0. Actually, let's do margin 0 first, since I have some extra settings for padding. Should get rid of this crap. Oh, not you. You. Yeah, there we go. Nice one. Wait. What? What? That's even more confusing with the scroll bar just then. Oh no, I see what's happening. So the header is the thing that's causing the extra stuff on the right. Oh. Yeah, we should really figure out this scroll thing soon. What I think is happening now that I just saw that with this scroll bar padding that we're getting on the right, because of the scroll bar showing up, it's causing the page to become that much wider. Or the page, essentially this element that has the page content is not taking into consideration the scroll bar gutter. And so it's able to say my entire VW, viewport width, doesn't include this scroll bar's width. So it'll still be that wide. And I would have to manually subtract the width of the scroll bar, but that is different based on what browser you're using, what user agent you're using. So instead, I just want the scroll bar to be on the page itself and not this inner element. But if I put the scroll bar on the whole page and I did something like header sticky, so squish. Okay, so header is position sticky with top 0. And main content is overflow auto. And article is overflow visible. And oh, right. Main is with 100 VW. Wait, why isn't any of the... Ooh, I wonder if that would work. The point is that I'm trying to get this to where... Oh, right. Your overflow visible. And it is this. that is overflow auto. Okay. Once again, even if we have our Z indexes correct, where this is Z index 1 and this is Z index 2, then we can still see the content behind the header because I gave the header a transparent background, which is what I want in order for the actual page background and this gradient and all of that stuff to show through the header. So it feels like a seamless experience, but I still want the scroll bar to be on the far right. So then I can do all of my sizing appropriately. And the content, and I want it to take up the full height, and I want the content to disappear as it goes behind the header section, so we aren't seeing an overlap like this. And one thing that I was just thinking of was, well, there are two major things. One thing that I thought of before was to give the header the same background that we have on body, which is this background image, and then position it to where it is the full width, which means that it'll also take up the same amount of space as the actual background, but clip it so we only see the top portion that would be covered by the header. The problem is also applying the gradient to it so that it does the same behavior. And hello, Max. I mean, Violet Dragon. Hope you're having a fantastic Wednesday. This horizontal scroll is going to be the death of me. Huh. You have summer holidays. Awesome. What are you doing for the holiday break? Dating a girl and building on my car. Tell us about your car. Self-driving Arduino car. All right, TBD, enjoy your meeting. I hope your meeting goes well. I think that's how you phrase it when you told me before. I hope your meeting goes well. But that's cool. So I remember that you were getting into Arduino stuff and you are doing a car. It's a Nissan GTR. I have no idea what those look like. Ooh, fancy. What color is it? Oh, I like the concept version of it. And Arduino will power it, obviously. Ugh. I would never be able to drive a car that is so low to the ground. Unless this is because it has air suspension or something and it lifts up when you start it. Interesting. Napalm says, I've been working on my first Aspire component for Kraken D. I've never heard of Kraken D either. Overall, it is going well, except for one problem. SSL. Oh my gosh, why does SSL have to be such a pain? You'd think they'd make it easier to develop by now using SSL. Oh, he sent me a message. You got a picture of it? Open. It looks so similar. So similar. You weren't lying either. Look at this detail. Oh man, this bumper. What? How much did that cost? Oh my gosh. Now this does look really nerdy though and cool. I love things like this. But anyway, Napalm was saying since it's using a CrakeND container to send data to OTel, Aspire dashboard, it needs to use host.docker.internal as the address instead of localhost. Localhost is localhost to the container, not the host machine. So it's kind of like needing to use dev tunnels essentially, or yet another reverse proxy, or all of those other things, so that you can just do your development. Oh. And Peter is chiming in on the certs. I'm eternally cranky about certs and whatnot. Eternally cranky. They are everywhere. And I think your argument to them was that now it's so easy to get a certificate that certs aren't even guaranteeing that you're clicking on a reputable website. So they've kind of lost meaning. They just add a layer of complexity. Sounds like find the setting to disable cert validation locally. And that's the other thing. It's like the workaround for it is for us to use HTTP when doing local dev and use HTTPS when we are deploying. But how do you know your HTTPS stuff is going to work, especially with cores and stuff, unless you are developing using HTTP? So it adds another step before you can even do staging. And then Master Rat came in. Hi, Master Rat. I couldn't even get into that. The one that's so low to the ground. Oh, I already closed the tab, the GTR. And then Napalm said, long story short, .NET Dev certs are only for localhost. Thinking of opening an issue. True. But is it just as easy to make your own self-signed certificate on your container, for your container, whatever, using cert util? I remember doing that a couple times, but no, because you have to trust them on your machine and in the local container. Still sounds feasible to do. I just don't know how you manage your container, because I don't do very much with that. Violet Dragon says, too much to talk about. You want to see a video of how to drive? Sure. Yeah, send it. Send it on. What am I missing? I know that I missed a thing. Sounds like, find the setting. Yep. Certs do help, and we even have DNSSEC stuff enabled, so only certain issuers can issue certs, right? But, wow, they are fueled by my rage. That's how they work. Nice. But for dev certs, I think you can make a case for Aspire now that host.docker.internal needs to be supported. Peter said, yeah, that sounds hard to solve. Even if you get the dev cert trusted and get all the domains added, you still have to have your containers also trust a certificate, which they won't. That's annoying. Like one of the steps in your, what is it called? If you're using Chef, one of the steps in your recipe is trust the cert. Install and trust the cert. Napalm said, so you need a volume mount and then override the Docker entry point in the container I don't own to trust it. Wow. Blech. And then Napalm was saying to Peter, exactly. This should not be so hard. Starting to question the value of HTTPS locally, honestly, for development process purposes. Yeah. I don't know, like other than just making sure that HTTPS works, and your app doesn't crash because you're using HTTPS. And Peter said, well, glad you're blazing the trail. So when I adopt the tech 5 years from now, it will all be smoothed out and deprecated, of course. And Napalm said, bottom line, it's just unnecessary complexity in my honest opinion. I agree though. Yeah, it's just never going to be the same config when you deploy. So what is the point? That is true also. All right, and you'll send a video, tape the cables. Cool. If you can, upload your video to YouTube as a private video and send me that link. But if you can't, then I'll take the MP4 or whatever it is that you're going to send me that has the virus in it. All right. Fun times. Yes, sir. It's man, that. Okay. We were talking more about this stupid scroll bar issue, but I'm going to ignore it still. We're going to continue on. How are we looking compared to the design now that we have our font sizes? Again, this is at control 0, which is 100%. We know each other for 3 years and you still don't trust me. I like to joke about it, but no, I don't trust you. I don't trust anyone on the internet. It's kind of like, you know, common practice and expected. So I hope you don't feel offended, but at the same time, I understand why you would. Pretty good privacy, PGP, and not GPG. Screw certs, we should just trust each other and go back to HTTP. As I was talking about not trusting people on the internet. That's funny. T. Williams says, nothing ever bad happens from trusting people on the internet. Nothing bad ever happens from trusting people on the internet. I'll send you my PGP signature. We can have a key exchange party and meet in real life and exchange keys, just like those 10 people did back in the 90s. Oh gosh. Especially if it's shared key and not asymmetric. Key party means something else. Is it actually a phrase that means something? An event where people exchange cryptographic keys. Oh, it was a sex swap party in the 70s. That's funny. That is hilarious. Oh my gosh. I think I've heard of this, actually. I don't know where I would have heard of it. But Peter said to Napalm, thankfully, I'm not diseased enough to understand every joke. My brain is Twitch diseased, but it's not 100% yet. In other words, I don't get it. And that makes me feel great. Well, now you know, and you can feel worse for the knowing. Key parties where you put keys in a bowl and swap wives, basically, by randomly picking a key. Why does it have to be just wives? Well, I guess in the 70s it would have been just wives. Anyway. Trust me, I have a government issues certificate. I'm safe till I expire. Man, we had our... I told you guys about that when it happened. The I renewed our certificates, our internal certificates, the last time for 2 years, and I knew that I had 1 more year left, and I wasn't bothering with it. I hadn't even logged into the servers for quite a while. And suddenly all of the apps don't work. And I was trying to show an app on stream, and the site was just down. And then I checked all the other sites and they weren't working. And I'm like, this is odd. And it ended up that the CA server's certificate expired. So if the root certificate expires, that means everything in the chain expires as well. So that was fun times trying to get a new CA certificate. Practice safe encryption. Never put your keys somewhere without protection. True. Little racy, aren't you? No. Everyone knows he's still talking about OPSEC. Welcome back, Deflux. You're just in time to hear us talking about security. Practice. Oh, I already read that. Maybe they exchange PGP keys too. Oh. Okay. Good times. Thank you for that rabbit hole. And squirrel moment. You will be rewarded with channel points. Treat your passwords like your underwear. Change them often. So does that mean that I shouldn't have any passwords? Kidding. Joke. It's called extrapolation. I have a magnet with this on it. Just change your underwear every 90 days. At least no passwords with holes in them. So don't use O's and zeros, got it? Or 8s or P's or... What is the analogy for special characters? I have no idea what this topic is anymore. We are somewhere far, far from where we started. It's a poop chat. That's the joke. Or it's poop. 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 Special characters. Streaks, stains, holes. Yeah. We're doing well so far with our conversation pieces. Are you the same font size, 48.383, as this? You are. And you are 31.25, which is bigger than body font. Interesting. It doesn't make sense for you to be bigger than body font, though. Thoughts? Mitsu? Wait. Hitots? Hutats? Meets? Yots? And that's all I can remember. It got quiet after that. Like underwear. Just let your wife pick them out. Oh my. How long will I stream? For another 45 minutes? So you have time. Cool. Very, very cool. Very cool. Oh, awesome. Nice of you to help your mom. Helpful friend. Friendo. I don't know. I think we're pretty close to the font sizing, at least at the normal screen size. There's still something really odd when we go full width like this, 1080. Like this works when it's here. But when it's full size or anything larger, it looks really weird. So I almost want to put a maximum width on these cards just to see what that would do of whatever this width is. And is it maybe just that the images are too small? And I need the height to be better. Do I have kids? I do not. I don't have any kids whatsoever. Here we go. What to do? What to do? Correct. I do not want to have any. For many, many reasons. Williams says, pretty sure my kids have a quick briefing before I wake up where my daughter gives my son a PowerPoint presentation on how to make me lose my shit before 8 a.m. Oh dear. Yeah. I have imaginary scenarios that play out with if I had kids, and they never turn out very well. So anyway, what size is this? 365? Yeah. Let's make it a good year. Image. Oh. Wait, what? Default content max width? Really? That should not be the size of the image. Oh, that's these images down here. Okay, my bad. I need the image that's inside of the cord. You dare. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? How do we clean this up? We are at the, oh gosh. Wait, I did do a commit, right? Right? I did do a commit last time. Please tell me there's a commit on Wednesday. On Monday, I mean. Yes. Okay. Edit font sizing. Yeah, just that for now. Burb is what I said. Do I even still have a burb thing? Burbs. Burbs. I got guest star. I got that. Oh, hi. No. I like that one a lot. I don't use that enough. Am I dreaming? Maybe it's a different scene entirely. Yeah, this scene. Back soon. See if I can figure out which button to push. Oh, yeah. Let me get it loaded. Is there a pop out? Might be a way for me to pop it out. That works. Okay. Whew. We will watch a video on Max's Nissan GT-R run by an Arduino when he gets back. Ooh. Where are we? I'm trying to figure out where to go next, actually. I think that we can go ahead and do these two images. The intent of these two is to have them stacked on top of each other, according to the design. And so the sizing is actually going to be decreased. So we can work on that first, and then we'll work on their positioning. So we need to calc max content width minus, let's just say 5 font sizes for now. And that should give us some space on the right so that when I overlap them, I can have this top one be to the right and this bottom one be to the left. Bottom one will be on top of the one on top, and then shift this one up a bit more. So to do that, we're going to have the preview image wrapper be position relative. I don't know where portion came from. And then these two are going to be position absolute. Then the first of type is going to be top 0, right 0. And that should shift it over. It does. And then the not first, although I guess last of type, sure, why not? It probably is an easier selector for it, is going to be not bottom 0, nice try. Top, I don't need to set left since it's going to default to 0. Top, let's try 5 as well. See what that looks like. Yes. Oh, but we need to have the content, have this thing still take up the size that the two images take up. And we do that by using ClearFix. I haven't used ClearFix in a long time. How does one use ClearFix? And it looks like we do want them to be smaller horizontally, so let's try 10 real quick. Yeah, that's better. Cool. And when we have actual application images, it's going to look better. We need the div, the container for these two pictures to still take up the height that they should take up. And we do that by adding a ClearFix. But since I'm not using Bootstrap or any other library that has a ClearFix, I will need to create my own rule for how ClearFix works. Where are the two images? This is the footer. No, it's here. There they are. ClearFix. Okay, I'm going to try to do this off the top of my head, but don't trust me. Ever. I say that, but I really want you to trust me. Trust me, I know what I'm doing. Because I'll look it up later. So in my global styles, since I am probably going to use this somewhere else, you don't have to trust me. We'll just use GitHub Copilot. I'll trust you. Give me your private keys, please. I know, that's not how PKI works. Nice try. You almost had me on that. I need to trust you first to give you my public keys. I mean, my private keys. That joke fell flat. We have PKI where I work. Social engineering at its best. Do y'all use a PKI when doing things like RDP into a server? I don't. I mean, I use keys and certificates and stuff for logging into servers, but not via PKI. As far as we don't have, hold on, how can I word this? My work laptop uses PKI that is managed by the IT people for the company. And so they have their own servers. They have all of the issuers and trusted and revocation list and all of that. They manage that. But as far as our web servers and stuff, that's mostly secured using security groups in AWS. And this, it's so hard to describe that. I have created certificates using my certification authority server that you must have on your client machine that wants to RDP into the server. So kind of yes, but also kind of no, because it's not like an actual server. I don't know. It's an internal trusted server, so yeah, PKI-ish. um, how do we get this thing to size? How do we get this container to size correctly based off of its content when I'm using position relative and position absolute? You know what? I have a... No, that doesn't work. Or does it? It might work if we do this. We leave the first picture as position static, so we don't actually set the position for the first image. And then we can do transform, translate X the offset of the width of the picture. Okay, that's working. Okay. Then we add a bottom padding, the offset of the top of the second picture. Nice. And then we can add a little bit more padding for the getting started button, which those all need to get styled. Cool. Max is back. Okay. Because you can burn your you can turn your certificate authority PKI server off and all certs will still work. I don't know that for sure. We haven't looked at it because you told us to wait until you get back, but I am loading it. Meow. No, why did you open over there? It needs to download the virus first. Okay, this is Max's Nissan GTR running on an Arduino. Man, look at those rims. Yes. Yes. So you have so much space to put so much onto this. Like you can have a B shield and be able to remote control it. You have sensors that you can put on the front and stuff. One of my college courses had us do an assignment where we had a Legos, which is Lego OS thing, where you have to let it drive autonomously and it needs to find a path and then follow the path. So not just you place it on the path and then it follows it. It needs to find the path and then follow the path using various sensors that you get using the Lego bricks that all connect together. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that project. But doing it with an Arduino would be even more fun, where you create the structure yourself. This looks awesome. This looks very nerdy. Oh, speaking of GTR, did you see I'm gonna guess that's Amelia Hartford ripping out a GTR engine, upgrading it and dropping it in a Z, making a drag car out of it, 2,000 horsepower. I have no idea who any of those are or what any of that meant. Actually, I do know what it means, but still, I'm gonna act like I don't know because I don't know cars. TVD said, coming back from his meeting, when you see a diagram in a meeting that looks like a wish list of features and realize that what you've built in your spare time surpasses all their goals. Nice. Very nice. Yeah, spelling bad. And my problem is right now I can't make the wheels move in the other directions. That is a thing, isn't it? Motors being able to only go in one direction. And essentially, I think... Oh, what did you mean? Oh, left and right, you can't steer. Okay. So I was going to say there is something that I'm vaguely remembering, but I could just be making it up on the spot, where it was hard to make motors go... Yeah, go in an opposite direction. But yeah, you can't steer. Got it. And that one, I'm pretty sure, is a... yes, reverse, for example, where it can only go in reverse. A beam that you put on the hinges of the wheels, and then you have a little motor for that has a sprocket, and then you turn one way, sprocket turns, which causes them to do this, which makes the wheels turn one way, and then turn it the other way, sprocket pulls them together, turns the other way. Unless you want to do steer by wire. But anyway, I hope you have fun with that. It's looking really good. You built something funny in the code. We did too. We had it, after it finished the entire track, we had it play the Chocobo theme song, and we called the card the Chocobo because we could. Now if I put my hand near the sensor, it goes back. Nice. That's cool. Okay. I need to get these buttons. Oh, you know what? I'm going to do all of the buttons differently, so I don't want the extra padding at the bottom. So you're going to stay. And in fact, what I'm going to do so that I don't mess this up is I'm going to have a CSS custom property for picture offset. And we're going to make that 5 picture top offset. 5 rems. And we're going to make the padding bottom picture top offset. We're going to make the width picture left offset. Our picture left offset. I copied the dashes. I need to stop doing that. Transform bar picture left offset, and you are bar picture top offset. And this also makes it to where if we wanted to, I did mention this before, where I'm not the biggest fan of a lot of animations, but if we wanted to, we could do a subtle animation with the two pictures sliding in from the sides, or just something subtle though, simply by modifying the value of this custom property. Yes. But yeah, Violet Dragon is saying, I feel like Iron Man. You know he dies, right? Spoiler. Cover your ears. Right now a ringtone when something is too near. I was joking. Oh my gosh, I was joking. How do you even know that I'm talking about that one? I'm talking about, oh, I'm sorry, that's Iron Giant. My bad. Spoilers. That's terrible. Don't do that. That's mean. What am I trying to do? I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. I'm having too much fun with you guys. Thank you so much for being here, by the way. You guys are incredible. I love hanging out with you. We know that these buttons need to be bigger. And then I also need to finish the footer. So I guess we are going to do another small commit for finishing the positioning of the pictures in that section. Positioned pictures in transaction history section. And once again, the reason that I recommend doing small commits after each progressive change is you could always squash your commits if you think they're too granular, but you can also, like if I decided I wanted to change this to 8 just to see what it looks like, and then I forgot what the original value is, and I've already closed the thing and reopened it and I can't undo for whatever reason, then I could always come back to the file, right click, and compare with unmodified. And it'll have my most recent value, and then I'll be able to be like, oh, it was 5 before and I liked it that way better. I kind of liked it at 10 though, but that's okay. We're going to leave it like this for now until we get some real pictures, and then we can decide how we want to split up the space for those. What do you look like as you get smaller? Right. I think I need it to be... Oh, that sucks. That's going to have to be relative to the actual width of the pictures, because it looks good like this, but it doesn't look good when it's squished, and it most likely won't look good when it's completely embiggened. Yeah, that's pretty terrible. I think that I'm allowing it to get too wide, allowing the content on the page to get too wide. So all of the sections, I think I am going to give them a max width of some number that rhymes with ooh. Ew. Don't do that. It's terrible. So in index, gosh, does anyone else miss Big Gaming streams? I sure do. I hope he's doing well. Index.razor. All right, so sections. Max width of max content width. Right. Okay, so that's what that was supposed to be for. For max default content max width. The dragon's like, stop saying my name. And I think it's working. It's just that the max content width is quite a bit wider. Hello? I don't think that that took effect, is what happened. You know what's worse than writing unit tests? Writing utilities so that you can write unit tests. I don't like, you kind of see that everywhere in software where it's like, I'm going to make this tool to help building this software go easier, something. Anyway, and you end up spending like 3 months on the tool. TVD Gamer's like, feels seen. Oh my gosh. Oh dear. I need to check that. Check yourself before you check yourself. And then check yourself again. I'm just using Deflex's phrase from earlier and then revamping it. I'm sure it works. Nobody does unit testing. An integration / end-to-end. I am back and I love unit test, but I love integration test more. No. Napalm was asked. And he answered. With extra information, but he answered. Since I'm kind of at my limit, like, okay, this is an example where I could show you the limitless well of energy. So I feel like I'm at my limit with UI stuff, and I really haven't been working on it as hard throughout the day so far, throughout the stream. But what I could do is tap into that well of limitless energy and be like, all right, we're getting more done. But something more fun came up, and it's work related, which is that there was this search functionality that used to exist in the app that I'm working on. And I thought that when I moved the application from the VB.net desktop application to the Blazor app, that search functionality had stopped working. Is it self-promotion if you're self-promoting something that will never exist? I mean, that's called peacocking. Don't forget to sign up for my course, chat, Enlightened Fast Integration Tests, $1,700. But regardless, you're allowed to self-promote here. And you can still ask people for money, even if you're not going to deliver on it. I need to look into this unit testing. I just deploy it and let support figure it all out with the customer. No. That would still be called integration testing, just done via bio computer or something. I don't know. President Not Sure says, it is if you plan to collect money for it, also known as gift. Napalm said to T. Williams, honestly, you still do this with unit test. We're supposed to be selling unit tests to clients, not making them feel like any work that we do on unit tests is going to be just in addition to the support tickets that we get. We're supposed to give them a positive net benefit trade-off. Net positive benefit trade-off, whatever. This is in Data Grid. Where is Data Grid? Data Grid, where is the dockable toolbar? There you are. Did I actually delete the search? Well, that's going to be fun. Okay. So anyway, I told you that I would, like we only have 5 minutes left, but this is the point where I would want to just shut down on UI stuff. But the proof that we can just keep going anyway, after I catch up in chat, because stalling. Unit tests are a time sink here. I said it. Oh, there, I said it. Bleh. Guaranteed reliable integration functional tests. Integration/functional tests. Okay. Oh, I'll work the, oh my gosh, I'm skipping so many things. To President Not Sure, Peter said, I'll work the grift into the framework. Follow my patented grift. Guaranteed reliable integration function tests. Grift for short. Well, that is not easy to say. It doesn't really roll off the tongue, does it? All right. The thing that I said just now was that the max content width is not working, and so I was getting annoyed by it, so I didn't want to do it anymore. But I have the energy for it because I have decided I do, and just by deciding that I have the energy for it, that means that I can do it. So the index page itself would be the thing that I put the max width on, but I think this is where I ran into the issue with the scroll bar coming with the width of the page. So let's say that I put var default content max width. Oh, interesting. Right, because I moved the scroll bar up to the main. So that's not doing the weird thing anymore. However, I saw that the footer was still having issues. So maybe no, the footer is on this page. I was going to say maybe I moved the footer out into the layout, but that doesn't make sense. So instead, I will try grid template columns. Or this is going to be weird, and I don't know if this is going to work. What if we tried a padding of top and bottom 0, left and right calc 100 VW minus var default content max width. Oh my gosh. I need to be able to click on the right spots though. Divided by 2. Do I need parentheses for you to know order of operations? Oh, wait. It is because I need the order of operations to be changed. There we go. Okay, so that is what the default max width is going to be. Cool. And then I could, so that way the actual content on the page will fit into that width. these images are the things that need to change. The issue is that it's still affecting the footer. So I need this to be on sections only. Copy the property, get it off of there, go back to our section. Ah. Dang. var 100 or calc 0 calc 100 VW minus parentheses 100 VW minus calc. I am getting all of these keywords wrong. Default content, and then that whole thing divided by 2. Okay, so that applies the padding correctly, and now if I change the value of the default padding, then I can change the actual content width. Still, I don't like that because I really do want the max width to be the thing that is whatever this width is. So that works for width in general. So instead of max width, we can do that for width by itself. So I'm going to do that. Oh, am I? Yeah, okay, so that's all it needs to be. Width is going to be this calculation with a maximum width of default content max width. Except that default content max width is variable because it's based off of 100 VW. Got it. So we actually need to have a hard-coded maximum width. We will not get a fixed width for the content section. Change this to a fixed width. Oh my gosh. Then for regular width, property, use calc based on 100 VW. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to have the width actually be the thing that is 100 VW minus the padding that we want to use, the default padding, but a max width of some fixed amount, which is going to be somewhere around, yeah, 900 or so. Oops. Okay, so we'll remember that for the next time that we're going to work on the app. However, that is the end of the stream. But I'm going to catch up on chat on this screen. So we were talking about Grift and how easy it is to roll off the tongue. Yeah, thank you for being here, Deflex. President Not Sure said Azure DevOps seems to have gone down. Wait, what? Not again. Not Aiden again. dev.azure.com. Ooh, oh no, it's still up for me. Azure status page. So there's nothing affecting my area. So it is potentially only affecting you. Okay, thank you, Napalm, for being here as well. Max came back and said, damn, I'm thinking what I can add to the car. I won't do the sound thing because this will hella annoy me while programming, and LEDs are kind of making me sleepy. So this is also a bad idea. I mean, you could add headlights to the car at least, but the more fun things are adding sensors and having them send you information like what color is the floor that I am driving over currently. How close is the wall if you're using like LiDAR and stuff like that. Oh, and thank you so much for the follow. Really appreciate that. You need new sensors. Yeah, there's so many cool things to add. And then T. William says, I use a local Azure DevOps instance in-house. You use Team Foundation? Is it still called Team Foundation when it's like, I haven't heard the local instance of Azure DevOps called anything other than Team Foundation, but that's because that's the last time that I used a local TFS. That's right, Team Fortress server for the win. My local Azure DevOps goes all the way back to VSTS. I think you missed a T in there. Visual Studio Team Services. President Not Sure said to all of this chain from Peter and President Not Sure. Okay, so one window said it was down, so I opened a new window and it worked. Shake my head. Oh, yeah, because Peter checked. Okay. And you've already resolved it, so 10 years ago, I'm caught up. So yes, I have useless source code from 25 years ago. I do too. I can't say 25 years though, but I can say 2008 at least. And that's especially because I find the occasion once every 432 days to check on the original source code that I converted. Oh, VSS is Visual Source Safe. I did not know that. All right. Ooh, okay. Streams are so much nicer when Deflex shows up for them. Aw, that's so nice of you to say. It's working. We already took care of it. And then Napalm is going to a meeting. I need new sensors, says Violet Dragon. I don't have such, like the color thing. Yeah, they're fun things. Maybe have it do cool stuff based off of temperature. That's fun too. Mr. Lion, thank you very much for the stream. Appreciate you. Have a great rest of the day. You as well, TBD. I'm going to raid one of the people that you introduced me to. She is a game developer working in Godot and making this kawaii little 8-bit game. It's always fun to watch. And that person is Sorcery Story. She's really laid back, really cool. I love hanging out in her stream too. So if you aren't interested in sticking around for a game dev, you don't have to. However, she's really cool, worth hanging out with. So head on over to Sorcery Story with me, and I will start the wave now. But I'm going to finish catching up on chat still. I changed it. I changed from TFS to Azure DevOps, says T. Williams. And then VSS was Visual Source Safe, which I've never used before my time even. Have a great day, all. May your pillow be cool on both sides. That is super nice of you. Awesome. And it sounds like she's ending too. Oh no, she was just talking about her game. We'll ask her about it again anyway. Okay, ciao for now. If you feel like it, if you want to see any of the previous recordings or this current VOD, I post them all to YouTube at some point in time. And you are always welcome to join our Discord server that's full of really, really cool people. You don't have to. I know that there is Discord fatigue, server fatigue. It's a real thing. You may already be a part of way too many servers. Ours isn't a need to have server, but it's a really fun place to hang out. We get some cool people, some good questions, some respectful answers. I added forums to it recently. But yeah, ciao. That's all.